better than Meister.
Run out champ. Oh, he's directed. Brilliant. Oh, volley. And got it.
It's here. It's finally here. Australia get to challenge a world champion.
The Aussies against the Indians, well, they're arch rivals now. We know the spice that goes on the field. The Aussies don't like the fact that the Indians have got the wood over them in 2020.
Australia versus India, packed house at the MCG. This will be something spectacular.
Gilchrist at the top of the order. Spectators, bring your helmets.
Here's that one. He's hit it high, and it's low. That should be out of here. It is all the way. And again. That has got that 50 rows.
Something spectacular, said Mark Taylor. No kidding, Tubby. 2020 has caught the imagination of cricket lovers all over the globe. That's the Channel 9 helicopter giving us that wonderful view of the G. And there's talk tonight of breaking the all-time record for a crowd here in Australia, getting past the 90,400 mark that Richie Manosai had all those years ago. It's a staggering atmosphere right in the middle with Ian Healy. We can barely hear each other.
No, that's right. This is the most hyped cricket crowd I've ever been part of. They are all in. Don't worry. They're not going to miss a ball. They're here for a short time, but a good time. They're here to see the flair and the energy of these young Indians, and they're looking for the Australians to have a win. The players were announced on the big screen not 2 minutes ago, and it was like they were supermen, saving the best for Simons. They want him to have a good night.
The Aussies are about to make their way to the middle. They come out of the dugout. I reckon Gilly, have you got us? Adam Gilchrist, have you got us? Have you got us? How good is this? I really don't think he can hear. I mean, we're not exaggerating. I did the toss with Michael Clarke and MS Dhoni a moment ago. Michael Clarke couldn't even hear what MS Dhoni said when he won the toss. He said, we're going to bat. Clarke, he didn't know.
Yeah, he was hoping to bat himself, I'm sure. This wicket will assist the batters. First up, it's going to be good for batting. Might even stay low and spin later on. Australia are going to need to be good bowling first.
Quite an exciting night in more ways than one. We've now got smoke going across the ground because they've let out the fireworks. Mixed responses from the crowd. Don't you worry about Indian support tonight. There's a lot of Indians in.
There certainly is, and they're looking for a good performance by their world champion Indian team. This is one of the rare occasions Australia in the last 15 years has had a chance to chase down a world champion.
Okay, so the verdict. So India will bat first. That seems to be an advantage given what we've seen of the pitch. Michael Clarke is leading the Australians tonight. Ricky Ponting hasn't recovered in time to play. Brett Lee will use the new ball, and 90,000 people are in the G and pumped as we go up to the commentary box and say hi to Mark Taylor, James Brayshaw and Michael Slater.
Thank you, Mark Nicholas. A wonderful night for cricket. What a great night for David Hussey. Saw him walking out in the ground, his first game for Australia, and wow, what a place to do it. His home ground. I reckon there's probably 75,000 in here at the moment, and there's still plenty more to come in later at night when he'll get a chance to bat. So a great moment for him and a great moment for cricket. Nice to get away to the shorter versions of the game. And I think the players will have a lot of fun tonight. Good evening, Michael Slater and James Brayshaw.
Evening, Tub. It is unbelievable, the MCG. What a cauldron this place is for sport. And during the winter you get big crowds. Not often in the summer do you get 80+ thousand, but this slash, the hair's standing up in the back of your neck.
Yeah, and there's some other youngsters out there, guys we haven't seen a lot of this summer. Think of Voges, think of Hopes and Nofke's back in the Australian outfit. Nathan Bracken's been watching the test matches. He now gets the coloured clothing back on. What are the Indians feeling? Well, Sehwag's in some sort of form, we know that. But he hasn't seen this sort of atmosphere, the cauldron effect, and it's Gambier, the talented left-hander from the Indian side. He starts with his heart absolutely pounding. And why wouldn't it? You're looking up, you're looking around at 90,000, and at the end of his bowling, Mark, is Brett Lee, who will be just fired up because of the noise in the crowd. The Squat Town Gambier will face the first ball, left hand up.
Very good player, mind you. We haven't seen anything of him so far this summer. We've seen a bit of Savard in the test matches. We know he's a good player. But this guy, Gambier, has haunted Australia in recent times. Made 63 against them the last time these two sides met. So here we go, the world's best side against the world champions. Brett Lee. And a wide to start.
Well, Slats, you've opened the batting on some big occasions, but I'll tell you what, these boys, it'll just be pounding. Their hearts will be sitting in their throat at the moment. Doesn't matter how much cricket you've played, when you're in front of this crowd, the lights are on. It's just got to be an unbelievable feeling.
Yeah, mate, it's deep breaths at this point. I mean, I suppose it's very similar to a Boxing Day setup. Day one, there was my first day nighter here where there was about 80,000 and you couldn't hear your mate 6 foot away. But as that batting, as a rule now, it's deep breaths. You can feel your heart pumping.
Throw back to Adam Gilchrist. I hope he can hear me. Gilly, can you hear me?
Yeah, just improving a fraction. Pump's just asking if it's swinging. Not really, no.
Gilly, what are you doing, mate? Did you retire? What?
I thought I did, mate. I'm just back to reality. And tell you what, if you had to live on this every day, you wouldn't retire ever.
You can't be thinking straight if you've retired with this sort of atmosphere.
But this is awesome. This is it's on par with anything I've played in front of in 12 years of one-day cricket, 10 years of test cricket. Let's see how big it goes here.
A little bit of work to do there, Adam Gilchrist. The big cook hasn't got it right yet.
He was a fraction unsure which end to bowl here. It's a funny thing in the MCG. You look up at the flags and the flags are blowing one way and the breeze actually swirls around and goes in the opposite direction. So hopefully he's got the right end here. But
now you blokes had that problem in Perth a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we all sorted that out real quick, didn't we?
Only took you an hour and a half to get it right.
That's right.
You do that this time, the game will be over. That's through. First run's off the bat. Won't be 4. Clark will track it down. They'll get 3 though.
Well, he's a player of danger, Gambier. He doesn't move his feet too much, but he is a real crisp timer of the ball. And as you said, Tubby, he got a 60-odd in the last 2020. And we can't forget that the Indian side are the 2020 world champs. It's something that the Australians aspire to be now that they're into the 2020 mode. Sceptical to start with, but it's a form of the game that's here to stay. And India have the crown at the moment.
Hasn't taken Brett Lee long to get into his stride, Tub. Just 152 clicks. Ball number 4. Gambier and Savard would need to be eyes wide open.
Oh, he's good through there. He couldn't beat Clark on this occasion. That raced off the bat. That could be the problem with bowling 151 Ks. When it hits the middle, it goes to the fieldsman quickly.
Yeah, it does, but I think one of the most remarkable things about Brett Lee is the accuracy that he possesses, and with the quicker you are, the quicker you can go. But Brett Lee has proven time and time again in the shorter forms of the game that he is outstanding because of his accuracy.
An older side, I suppose, from the Australian point of view, younger than their test side, but much older than the Indian side. It's also to Michael Clark. The Indians have picked a real young side, as they did for that 2020 World Championship.